Hi, I'm Owen from Square Balloon, and I can completely see why people would say that a study have found that it's actually AI is impairing people by 20% when they're coding in familiar languages. And I've actually seen developers I know turning this AI off deliberately to avoid having issues with it. And the reason is pair coding is effectively when one coder sits next to another and just overlooks their work, teaches them, that code could be better, that code could be shorter. If you do it in a different way, it would be improved, or you've missed out on some security considerations. And AI is great for helping with that stuff. And it's great if you don't really know the language, and it's great if you're writing lots and lots of configuration options, and it's quite mind-numbing, and it just takes care of it for you. Um, and of course, AI will be a massive part of coding and developing in the future. But if you really know the language, actually sitting there and reading the code that is done for you and making sure that it's correct is probably going to take you longer than writing it yourself in some cases. So sometimes it's better to write the logic yourself. Now, it's great if you get stuck and you want to ask AI a question, how would you achieve this? Or I want to know how to do this function. It's great for that. But if you're a really good coder, you know your language well, it's going to slow you down having to read this stuff. So for that reason, I've seen developers turn it off, and I don't always recommend it. And furthermore, there's been a recent study that's shown that people who use Chat GPT kind of stop using their brain as much, and I would be keen to avoid that in my workforce as much as possible. So although AI is great and we do use it, and I'm not going to tell them not to use it, I still want people thinking and coming up with rational solutions, or else at some point AI is going to come up with a bad solution and nobody's going to check it, and that's going to lead to problems further down the line. So there is a place for AI, and I'm sure that place is going to get bigger and bigger in the future. But right now, there are definitely times when it slows you down and it's not as useful as people might make out that it would be.